Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the HZ English Pod, the place where learning English feels like sitting down with your best friends and just talking. I'm Zara.
And I'm Hamza. Hello, Zara, and hello to everyone who is watching and listening right now. Wherever you are in the world, hello to you. It makes me so happy that you are here today.
It really does. And you know what, Hamza? I was thinking about this earlier. We have listeners from so many different countries. Like right now, someone might be listening from Pakistan, someone from Brazil, someone from Japan.
And they are all here, together, learning English. That is actually beautiful.
It is beautiful. I love this community so much. Okay, how are you today, Hamza? You look very cheerful.
Zara, I am fantastic today. I slept well, I have my hot tea, the weather is nice. I have no complaints.
No complaints. That is a great start to a day.
What about you? I can see the coffee already.
Yes, obviously the coffee is here. This is my big, warm morning coffee, and honestly, without it, I am just a person who is sitting. The coffee turns me into a person who is functioning.
That is a beautiful sentence. The coffee turns me into a functioning person.
Write that down, everyone. That is your English phrase for today. Without coffee, I am not functioning.
Very useful, very honest. Okay, everyone, settle in, get comfortable, get your drink, get a snack if you have one, and let's have a really good conversation today.
Yes, and before we start, Hamza, can you do the honors?
Of course. Everyone, if you are enjoying the HC English Pod, please take 2 seconds right now and click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that too. It costs you nothing, it helps us so much. It tells the platform that this content is valuable.
And we genuinely read your comments, we see your names, we appreciate every single one of you who takes the time to engage with us. You are not just a number, you are part of this community.
Beautifully said. Okay, Zara, today's topic.
Today, we are talking about ordering food at a restaurant, dining out, going out to eat with friends, all of that delicious, social, wonderful world.
I am already hungry just thinking about it.
You are always hungry, Hamza.
This is true. I cannot argue with this.
Hamza, let me ask you a real question. Do you remember the first time you had to speak English in a real situation? Not a classroom, not homework, a real moment with a real person.
Oh yes, I remember it very clearly, and I will be honest with everyone, I was nervous. My heart was going fast, my palms were sweating a little.
Sweaty palms.
Don't laugh, it's real. When you're nervous, your whole body reacts, and my brain it went quiet, like someone turned off the lights.
I completely understand that. And here's what's interesting. That feeling is not because you don't know English. It's because your brain is under pressure. And under pressure, the brain forgets things, even things you know very well.
So it's not stupidity, it's just pressure.
Exactly. And the solution is not to study more grammar. The solution is to practice reducing that pressure, making real-life English feel normal and calm.
And one of the most common places where people feel that pressure is the restaurant.
Yes, you sit down, the server walks over, they smile at you, and suddenly your brain is trying to do 5 things at once. Read the menu, translate, remember vocabulary, think about pronunciation, and be polite.
That is too much. That is like trying to drive a car, talk on the phone, eat a sandwich, and read a map at the same time.
Please don't do any of those things simultaneously.
No, please, but that is what it feels like in your brain. Too many tabs open.
Yes, too many tabs. And the solution is to close some of those tabs. Specifically, close the translation tab.
The translation tab. Say more about that.
So here's the thing. When most people learn English, they build a habit. The habit is see English word, translate to my language, understand. And that works, but it's slow. And in a real conversation, there's no time for that.
The server is standing there waiting.
Exactly. So our big goal is to build a new habit. See English word, understand directly. No translation in the middle.
A direct connection, like a direct flight.
Yes, I love that. A direct flight. No stopovers, no waiting in the airport of translation. You go straight from point A to point B.
I love this metaphor. Okay, so how do we build that direct connection?
Practice. Small practice every day. And today we're going to show you exactly how. But first, vocabulary.
Okay, vocabulary time, and I want to start with something fun. Zara, I'm going to say a word and you tell me if our listeners probably already know it. Ready?
Ready.
Pizza.
Everyone knows pizza.
Burger.
100%.
Pasta.
Obviously.
Sushi.
Yes.
Sandwich.
Yes.
Salad.
Yes.
See, you already have a vocabulary for food in English because so many food words, they are the same internationally. English food culture is everywhere.
And that means the menu is not your enemy. The menu is actually your friend. Look at it, say the words quietly in your head, and feel confident.
Now let's talk about the phrases you need, the sentences, because vocabulary is the ingredient, but phrases are the full recipe.
Oh, I love that. Vocabulary is the ingredient, phrases are the recipe. Write that down, everyone.
Okay, phrase number 1, and this is your most important phrase, I would like. For example, I would like the chicken pasta, please. Very polite, very standard, works in any restaurant anywhere in the world.
Phrase number 2, can I have? A little more casual, but completely natural. Can I have a glass of water, please? Servers hear this all day long. It sounds perfect.
Phrase number 3, and this one is a little bit extra, a little bit impressive. What do you recommend?
Oh, this phrase is magic.
It really is, because when you ask a server, what do you recommend? First, it shows confidence. Second, it shows curiosity. And third, the server loves this question. They have a favorite. They will happily tell you.
And then you can just say, okay, I'll have that. Done. You didn't even need to choose from the menu yourself.
Life hack.
Phrase number 4, very practical. Is this spicy? Or does this have nuts? Or is this vegetarian? These are important if you have preferences or dietary restrictions.
Don't be shy about asking these questions. They are completely normal. Restaurants expect them.
And phrase number 5, the finale. Can I get the check, please, in American English? Or in British English, can I have the bill, please?
Both are correct. Both are understood everywhere. Use whichever one feels more natural to you.
So, 5 phrases. That's your starter kit. 5 phrases and you can handle a full restaurant experience from beginning to end.
And if you only remember one phrase, make it I would like. That one phrase alone will get you through.
Okay, Hamza. Role play time. And I want to do this properly today, not just a quick little exchange, a full experience. Walking in, ordering, dealing with a question you don't expect, and paying.
Yes, the full journey. Okay, I am the customer, you are the server. I am walking into the restaurant right now.
Hello, welcome in. How many people tonight?
Just one, please. Table for one.
Of course, no problem at all. Right this way. Here we go. Here's a nice table by the window. And here's your menu. Can I start you with something to drink?
Yes, please. Can I have a sparkling water?
Absolutely. Still or sparkling?
Oh, see that? The server asked a follow-up question I didn't expect. That happens. Don't panic. Just answer simply.
Laughs. Stay in the scene, Hamza.
Back in character. Sparkling, please. Thank you.
Perfect. I'll be right back with that. Short pause. Here is your sparkling water. Are you ready to order, or would you like a few more minutes?
I think I'm ready. What do you recommend?
Oh, great question. Tonight, our most popular dish is the grilled salmon with roasted vegetables. But if you prefer pasta, our carbonara is absolutely wonderful.
The carbonara sounds amazing. I'll have that, please.
Excellent choice. Would you like a starter? We have a lovely tomato soup and a very fresh Caesar salad today.
Ooh, what's in the Caesar salad?
It has romaine lettuce, parmesan, croutons, and our house Caesar dressing. Very classic.
Perfect. I'll have the Caesar salad to start, please.
Wonderful. And any allergies I should know about?
No allergies. Thank you for asking.
Of course. I'll get that in for you. Okay, everyone. Did you hear how that conversation flowed?
And I want to highlight something. The server asked me things I didn't expect, still or sparkling, and any allergies. Those are normal server questions. You will hear them. Don't be surprised.
The best way to handle unexpected questions is exactly what Hamza did. Take 1 second, process, answer simply. You don't need a long answer. Short is perfect.
Okay, let's finish the meal.
How is everything? Is the carbonara good?
It's delicious. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad. Can I get you anything else? We have some lovely desserts tonight. Tiramisu, chocolate lava cake.
Oh, the chocolate lava cake sounds incredible, but no, I should be responsible. Maybe next time.
Laughs, breaking slightly. Hamza, no one would judge you for the lava cake.
Laughs. Okay, actually, yes, I'll have the chocolate lava cake, please. I have no willpower.
Excellent choice. I'll bring that right out. Pause. Here is your chocolate lava cake. Enjoy.
Thank you so much. This looks wonderful. Excuse me, could I please get the check when you have a moment?
Of course, I'll bring that right now. Hands over check. Take your time.
Thank you. It was a wonderful meal. Back to normal voice. And scene. A complete restaurant experience, beginning to end.
And you handled everything. A question you didn't expect, a recommendation, ordering 2 courses, dessert that you initially said no to.
I am only human, Zara.
You are beautifully human, and that's the point. Real restaurant conversations are a little messy, a little spontaneous, and that is fine. That is normal. You don't need a perfect script.
Okay, real talk section, because not everything goes perfectly. Let's be honest with our listeners.
Yes, let's talk about the moments where you might feel stuck and exactly what to say.
Situation 1. You didn't understand what the server said. What do?
You say, "I'm sorry, could you repeat that, please?" Or, "Sorry, could you say that again?" Simple, polite, completely normal. Servers deal with this all the time, with everyone, not just English learners.
Situation 2. You said the wrong word. You pointed to something on the menu by mistake.
Just say, "Oh, sorry, I meant this one," and point to the correct item. Laugh a little if you want. The server will laugh with you. It becomes a nice moment, actually.
Situation 3. The server is speaking very fast and you can't follow.
"I'm sorry, could you speak a little slower, please?" Done. Any decent person will slow down for you. And if they don't, they are having a bad day, and it is not about you.
Situation 4. You completely forget the word you need, like it just disappears from your brain.
Point. Just point and say, "Can I have that one, please?" Or describe it. The thing with the chicken and the sauce. People understand descriptions.
Laughs. The thing with the chicken and the sauce. This is actually a valid order.
Completely valid. You will receive the thing with the chicken and the sauce. Mission accomplished.
And here is the most important thing I want everyone to remember. The server does not care about your grammar. They do not care about your accent. They care about one thing.
What do you want to eat?
That's it. If you can communicate that, you have won. The food will arrive, and that food arriving is your trophy.
I love that. The plate arriving at your table is your trophy. Put it on your shelf.
Before we review, Zara, let's talk about how to practice this at home, because the restaurant is the test, but home is where you study.
Yes, and our favorite strategy for this is something we call narrate your life. It's very simple. Whatever you are doing, you say it out loud in English, in your head or quietly to yourself.
So right now, if you are sitting and watching us, you can say, "I am sitting," "I am watching a video," "I am learning English."
When you go to make tea, I am going to the kitchen. I am boiling water. I am making tea. This tea smells amazing.
Compliment your tea.
Always positive narration. And when you sit down to eat, I am eating dinner. This is delicious. I cooked this. I am proud of myself.
And what this does over time, it builds the direct connection we talked about. Your brain starts to associate actions and objects with English words automatically, without translating.
It becomes a habit, and once it's a habit, the restaurant conversation is no longer scary. It's just Tuesday.
Just Tuesday. Just a normal Tuesday where I order pasta and speak English like it's nothing.
Exactly. That is the goal. English that feels like nothing because it's just part of your life now.
Okay, let's wrap up with a full review. Everything from today.
Tip 1. Think direct. Connect the English word straight to the thing. Skip the translation. Direct flight.
Tip 2. Your 5 phrases. I would like. Can I have? What do you recommend? Is this spicy? Can I get the check, please? 5 phrases. Starter kit. Go.
Tip 3. Mistakes are your friends. If something goes wrong, you have 3 magic sentences. Could you repeat that? Could you say that again? Could you speak a little slower? Use them freely.
Tip 4. Narrate your life at home. Small sentences every day. Build the habit before the test.
And tip 5, always, always, always give yourself a prize. You showed up, you tried, you spoke. That is brave. Celebrate it.
My prize today, as always, is going to be chocolate, specifically a chocolate lava cake because the role play made me want one.
You manifested it into your real life.
I did. I'm going to go get one after this recording.
Okay, everyone, our comment question for today.
Yes, we want to know, what is your favorite food to order at a restaurant? Pizza, pasta, sushi, a beautiful biryani, something from your hometown that we've probably never tried?
Tell us in the comments. We genuinely read them. And if you write your answer in English, even a short sentence, that counts as today's practice. You just did your homework.
You are so clever, Zara. She turned the comment section into homework.
Sneaky English practice. It's everywhere.
We are so proud of all of you. Really, the fact that you are here, that you are listening, that you are trying, that matters. Learning a language takes time and courage. You have both.
Be patient with yourself, be kind to your brain, and keep going even on the days when it feels slow, especially on those days.
Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done.
Bye, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye. We love you. Keep practicing.